Hi, friends. Welcome back to Live at the Roxy on this beautiful Saturday, sad Saturday, happy Saturday, glorious Saturday, whatever the fuck you're feeling. It's Saturday. It's Saturday. That's a fact, unless you're somewhere else, and then it very well might not be. Brett Hankinson, Miles Cosgrove, Jonathan Mattingly arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor. I think that is day 20 on this show. You guys correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's 20 days in a row that we've been saying it on this show, which means it's probably day 160 since they have not fucking done the right thing. So just continuing to talk about that, because if we don't, they won't. We see that that's kind of how the law works. If we don't talk about it, then they don't fucking make any changes, which is crazy. How are you guys today? What's going on with you guys? We've got a lot of stuff to talk about on my end, but I'm just kind of curious. I got hit with like a woof wave this morning. I've been on this like tear, as you guys know, and feeling good and doing good things and just like working out and kicking ass and taking names and writing and working and writing and working and running and biking and doing all the things. I don't know. And then this morning I was like, something's in the air today. So curious if you guys are feeling that as well. Britney Spears has a court case that's taking place on August 19th. This is going to determine whether or not the conservatorship that's in place for her should stick. Hashtag Free Britney. We'll be breaking that down. Genghis Khan. Yes, that's right. Genghis Khan, who's been dead for over 700 years, somewhere between 700 and 800 years. He is being canceled officially in 2020. Why? Well, we will talk about that here today. What a weird world that we're living in. New news coming out about COVID tests, that you can actually test positive for coronavirus up to 3 months after you've already been diagnosed, and you're no longer contagious, but you're still testing positive. We could break that down as well. And Miley Cyrus lied about her virginity for over a decade. Thought this story was kind of interesting. I'm a massive Miley fan, so I'm excited to speak on that as well. And then, of course, a Roxy Advice Corner, which will hopefully get you guys going today. And whatever you guys got going on in the Super Chat and the Streamlabs. Speaking of which, I believe we had some Streamlabs come through today already. And don't worry, I'll be giving you a breakdown. I know you guys are all so curious what's happening with my internet, so we'll fucking go over that as well, too. God damn these internet people. Highway robbery. All right. This one came in from Matthew W. today at 5 in the morning. Matthew W. was up and at 'em. During my work shifts, I've been playing the World Girl streams in the background of my computer. Prob got a few hours on each. Thank you. Make sure if you're playing the videos that you're not playing the videos in the playlist, because those are just coming over from the Roxy Stryer channel. We are thinking about uploading them onto that channel. Glenn, I did get your message on it. We are already talking about it. However, because YouTube has this software detection that can detect if that video exists anywhere else, we might actually get a copyright strike on that page if we do that. So, yeah, let me pick up this spam call, make sure it's not the internet. Let's see. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Am I speaking with Miss Dario?
No, I think you have the wrong number. Thank you, though.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Have a good day.
Dario? No idea. Okay. I thought it was going to be the internet people, but it was not. So please just play the videos that we are doing there. But then we're concerned if we put up the old ones, that will be a copyright strike, because I don't actually have to file for the copyright strike. It's YouTube that does the copyright striking a lot of the time. So we're trying to figure that out right now. Glenn Caesar, but thank you, Matthew, for doing that. Glenn Caesar says, hello, Roxy. Love you. As always, thanks for hanging out with us today. Looking forward to the conversation. I'm wondering, what did Genghis Khan do to get canceled in 2020? We'll be talking about it. Also, that was quite the unique thought/question you posted on Twitter. I LOL'd for sure. Thanks. Yeah, I was talking about octopus sex with all the creatures. The whole thing. You can go read my tweet. Ryan White in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer said, how did the appointment with Spectrum go yesterday? Did they tech did the tech find the problem or give you any information that might make it better? All right, so I guess I'll talk about this right now. Just being fully upfront with you guys about everything. So here's what happened. The tech came yesterday. He was lovely. He came in and installed a new unit for me because my box, the box that I was using was actually from when Ben and I lived together, and I had taken it from our apartment. So it was an old box. I mean, that's a few years. So he was like, it might just be that it's an old box. Let's get it to a new one. He replaced it, and the upload still was at a 0. The upload was not working. It was between a 0 and a 0.8. And I needed to be at least a 10. So the upload was not good. The download was fine, which is why I'm having no problem streaming things. I just can't upload to you guys. Like, I have no problem watching Netflix videos, but I cannot go live here without it being blurry. So what he did was he ran up the pole and he tested by the pole, and he saw that the upload up there was a 1. So the maximum I could possibly get is a 1. He says that's the worst that he has ever seen. So he started looking down the wires, and it looked like, I told you I've been having a rat problem, that the squirrels and the rats had gnawed through the wire. He says that that's probably been there for months, though, and that might be the problem, but it might not be the problem. But regardless, they're going to have to, in order to know if it's the problem, they're going to have to replace the entire internet wire, which goes for not just my place, like blocks. So he said he has to call somebody else out here to do it. He said that might take several weeks, and there is nothing they can do for me in the meantime. So that was really fucking shitty and annoying. He was great, but I was like, can we press it? Can we do this? And he told me schools are starting back up on Monday, not in person, but online. He said the internet's going to get even worse. And he was like, and I'll tell you this now, nobody else is going to want to tell you. I'm not convinced that gnaw in the wire is why your upload is not working. I think that there's a possibility that's why, but I also think that so many people are using the internet, and as school is starting back up, I think you're fucked. And I don't know that this is going to work. And you might not be able to get the upload speed. And I was like, so what am I supposed to do? And he was like, honestly, you need to find an alternative situation. So I called Verizon, and I already had unlimited, but unlimited doesn't mean how much you can stream off your hotspot. So I upped my hotspot to the most that I can. However, same thing as my other 2 hotspots. So now I have 2 individual hotspots and then my phone hotspot. This is so much fucking information, but I'm just telling you guys all the things. So I had to pay to up my phone hotspot to more. However, it's still going to go out. So then I called AT&T, and I am ordering AT&T internet because they said that they can be here Monday morning to install. So I will keep my Spectrum. I will keep my 3 hotspots with Verizon, and I will have AT&T, which means that in order to go up to you guys every day, I will have 5 different internet options. This is like my fucking whole life savings is going into fucking internet. It's insane. But what am I supposed to do? So that is what's happening. Thank you for asking. Hopefully I didn't lose too many of you guys there. As of Monday, as of Monday, they're coming sometime between 8 a.m. and noon. So, and then the appointment takes a few hours, they said. So if they come at that 8 a.m., hopefully it'll be up on time. If not, I'll go up a little later. Monday is also Grammy's birthday, so I got to figure out a lot of different shit. And I'm supposed to have a different shoot that day too. Getting a call from that number again. Should we see what's going on? Different number. Hello?
Hey, I'm calling from yummy.com. May I speak to Roxy?
This is she.
Hi there, Roxy. I'm actually calling to let you know that we are out of the Lipton tea bags, the green tea.
Mm-hmm.
We do have green tea, the same brand as the chamomile one, the Celestial Seasoning.
Great.
We have that green tea, so I can switch that over.
That's perfect. Thank you so much.
Okay, no problem. And then also, since we gave you the wrong LaCroix, they just want you to give the other one that we gave yesterday.
No problem.
I can switch that out. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. Bye.
No problem.
Was that super interesting for you guys? I have my groceries delivered, and last night they brought me a few things wrong. And I just had my last green tea, so I need that green tea, guys. Ugh. All right. That's how she feels. That's how she fucking feels today. That woman was lovely, though. I appreciate her calling me and getting me the other green tea. Makes perfect sense. Good luck to everybody else dealing with internet issues. It is a fucking beast. I mean, I've been on the phone with them for like 15 hours this week alone. And over the last several months, I mean, we're talking dozens and dozens of hours, if not 100 hours. Craziness. Okay. Let's get into some of this news for today so that we can break down the shit that really matters, not my internet. Let's talk about Britney Spears. Britney Spears, Free Britney was trending number 1 this morning when I woke up, and I was like, all right, is this just the movement still, or is there any kind of update? Honestly, a little bit of both, I guess. For the most part, nothing has really changed other than the fact that people are keeping their eye on this August 19th date that supposedly is going to tell us whether or not the conservatorship is needed or it's not needed. I think that we're all kind of, at least in here, we're just rooting for Britney. We're rooting for Britney's freedom. And yeah, it's been 12 years. I mean, come the fuck on. 12 fucking years. We'll definitely be talking about this on this show, considering that today is the 15th. So that's in 4 days from today. I wonder how much public opinion is going to matter on this one. I don't know, but I'm hoping that they really listen and that they break down the case and that it's legitimate. I was listening to this lawyer on TikTok kind of discuss it all and explain why this is so fucked up and all of the laws in which they are breaking. It really just got me. It really got me. It was like, ugh. This is wrong in so many ways. It's just so super duper not right, wrong. And it never was like a fair trial. She never got say in it. She wasn't able to contest. She lost everything she had. Her dad has control over every single thing she does. Scary and frustrating. Scary and frustrating. Let's see. What this is coming from Team Spears. Britney Spears wrote this letter in third person in 2008. She said she was lied to and set up and silenced to speak about anything that's really going on. It says, after reading Kevin's article in People, I was amazed at how a lot of the focus was on Britney, their mother. Oh, so she's writing this as Britney, but in third person. Their mother to sell a story for People magazine it's hard to read her handwriting. Being on Kevin, what happened to Britney was a year ago. Yeah, it's just like a journal entry of it. Lance Bass and Miley Cyrus acting like they doubt the Free Britney movement. There's a lot of just different tweets going on about how people lie. For the most part, I haven't seen many people go against the Free Britney movement. But I guess that was just referring to 2 celebrities who might be. Every picture, every image, every video we see her, every performance, like really she's in conservatorship, but she can have residency in Vegas. And also I was seeing all these comparisons to Kanye, and it's totally true. Like, so she shaves her head. He has his own things going on, and she's in a conservatorship and he's allowed to run for president. I mean, what the fuck is that? What is that? It's just insane. MC said, imagine how many people go through conservatorship abuse. It might seem like we're only concerned about Britney, but hopefully this case will set an example for people with similar problems. Yeah, I don't even know the extent of how many people are dealing with this. This video is Britney Spears saying they hear me, but they are not really listening. Just heartbreaking soul and spirit, and just very tough. In 2008, the court appealed Dr. Marmer to treat Britney. Dr. Marmer is sued for medical malpractice that caused the death of Amy Brilliant. The private investigator Jacob Schmidt, who was hired by Lou Taylor to harass a fan over LouMTaylor.com, is also sued. Free Britney. And this is the court cases. So much information going here. So I'll keep you guys posted, but just be on the lookout for all this Free Britney stuff that just like has my whole heart and soul attached to it. I mean, I couldn't love Britney Spears more, and I couldn't feel worse for what she's going through. And I think a lot of you guys are on the same page. So we love Britney. We'll continue to talk about Free Britney. I can't believe it's been 12 fucking years. That is an egregious amount of time. Let's go into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Katie the Good Witch says, a friend just shared a Facebook post with my ex, who I have blocked on everything, and just seeing her name was like a punch in the gut. I feel pretty dumb that she can still throw me like this. Hopefully hanging with all of you guys will keep my mind off it. Dude, Katie, this is what I was talking about yesterday. Especially, I know that I'm sure that usually it throws you, but especially during this time, we cannot expect ourselves to be reacting the way that we would hope we would react. We cannot expect ourselves to be moving on and forward the way that we would hope that we are, because we're stuck in this weird fucking loop cycle every day of waking up and being alone and being stuck and being quarantined. So I think that just makes it worse. But on top of that, everybody does things in their own time. And it sounds like you had a relatively tumultuous relationship with your ex. So obviously there's probably some unresolved trauma or experiences there that maybe you have yet to deal with. And maybe that punch in the gut is a sign to you that this is something that you have to really dive into. Maybe that's therapy or an alternative type of therapy or journaling or really facing it dead on. Let these things be signs to you. And understand that it's okay for you to still feel things based on your ex. It's okay. It fucking sucks. I think a lot of people feel like they've been fucking choked out or punched in the gut when they see their ex's name. It's really, really hard, especially when you've been wronged, which I can definitely relate to. It's challenging. But you have to, the only thing you can do is work on yourself, and you have to find ways to deal with that if you haven't already. So we're rooting for you, Katie. You are the best, and you've got all of the rock stars behind you. So thank you for sharing that with us. We appreciate it greatly. So thank you. Looking at all you guys in the chat right now. Gregory says betrayal. Weston says what a douche. See, everyone's behind you. Everyone is freaking behind Katie because she is the best. Moving forward. All right, guys, let's look. Why do her voice get so high? Let's look a little bit about this Genghis Khan situation. So I saw Genghis Khan was trending on Twitter today, and I saw Genghis Khan was canceled on Twitter today. And I was like, is Genghis Khan the name of a new rapper that took Genghis Khan, the emperor's name, or something? Like, are we really canceling somebody from the 1100s? Like, it. What are we talking about? But sure enough, yes, we are. And so I couldn't figure out what was going on based off Twitter. People just kept being like, canceled. So I found a couple of different articles, New York Post and Meow, or however you say them, Meow. Friends who work for them, I still don't get how to say it. Both posted. So New York Post said Twitter rages over supposed call to cancel Genghis Khan. And Meow posted, why is dead Mongol leader Genghis Khan being canceled in 2020? Internet says we're just a few centuries late. To me, this reminds me a little bit of the Christopher Columbus cancellation. It's like so crazy, though. Let's look at the New York Post one. I already read the Meow one, so let's see what this one has to say. The New York Post, it says, cancel culture barbarians are at the gates. Twitter is raging over supposed call to cancel Genghis Khan, all prompted by a woman who had merely pointed out that the fearless 12th century Mongol conqueror had also killed an awful lot of people. She said, quote, Genghis Khan did to Central Asia what Islamic invaders did to India, maybe worse. This is coming from the Twitter user at Priya_27_. So she tweeted this on Thursday. Today is Saturday, by the way. Quote, he single-handedly killed 11% of world population at the time, yet some want to glorify him as a hero conqueror. That's your personal choice. But objectively, Genghis Khan was a barbarian. So the tweet didn't call necessarily for Khan to be canceled. However, That seemingly is what happened. By the end of the day, Friday, real and tongue-in-cheek outrage over an imaginary movement to cancel Genghis Khan was trending, with a growing outrage thread gaining at least 4,000 retweets and 7,000 likes. This is coming from Morgan Godfrey, said, I left Twitter for a few hours. I came back to the news that Genghis Khan is canceled. By Saturday, which is today, Priya 27, maybe feeling a bit canceled herself, had taken down her Twitter and Instagram accounts because there had been so much stuff about this. Like the amount of people trying to cancel Genghis Khan. Here's what I'll say. It's not mine to say whether or not Genghis Khan should be canceled. It's not even really what I want to spend much time on, because there's a lot of leaders in the past. The past was dealt with very differently. It was a much more gruesome time in some ways. And there weren't many leaders who were good people in the past. I know that's a blanket statement, but like a lot of people killed a lot of people, and a lot of conquerors are awful. And a lot of people pillaged and raped. And I'm not saying he did that, but just there's awful, awful people from the past. But taking a page out of Natalia Ramos's book, our resident politician on this show, she said something when we were talking about Trump that struck me interesting, which is just like, this is all distracting. And I agree. This is just a weird, just political distraction. Not political in terms of like one party is using this. Just like when we're talking about this, we're not talking about anything of relevance. So when people are like cancel culture, it's like, who we are canceling right now are rapists and pedophiles and people who've been abusing women for years. Those are the people that we're canceling. So when we use the same term cancel culture to talk about somebody who's been dead for 800 years, it really does undermine what cancel culture is. And I'm not sitting here standing up for cancel culture, guys, because I do think we are too quick to cancel people. And in the United States, at least, you're innocent until proven guilty. And so there needs to be some kind of, we need to look into things, and there needs to be some kind of conversation. But that being said, that's who I want to cancel. If we're canceling people, we should be canceling the people that are raping people on set. We should be canceling people who are forcing people into hotel rooms and making them jerk them off into fucking potted plants. Those are people to be canceled. Like, we really want to spend energy on canceling Genghis Khan right now. And I understand that we worked hard to cancel Christopher Columbus after all the fucked up things he did. And now instead of Columbus Day, we've got Indigenous People Day. And that makes a lot of sense, because we also don't want to idolize these people who have really, really have fucked up and did really horrible things. We don't want to do that. But at the same time, right now, with like an election coming up and the Black Lives Matter movement and the Me Too movement and all these things that really fucking matter, we really want to get up in arms currently about Genghis Khan. That's where we want our energy and attention to go. Because what does canceling him ultimately even do? It's so strange. So strange. So I don't know if you guys are with me. A couple of you guys, Legault Land seems to be on the same page. Kate Van D seems to be on the same page. Rob K wants Fred Flintstone to be canceled. That's an interesting, hysterical take. Weston says if he deserves it, then he should be canceled. Maybe. I'm not saying no, but like also, did he kill 11% of the world population? Where's that stat coming from? I don't know that that's true. I don't know that it's not true, but I also don't know that it's true. Where is it coming from? I don't think we should cancel people. I think they should be discussed as all sides of who they were. So Stormy, I think that's smart too. That's definitely smart. Are you guys all trolling each other? What is happening in here? By the way, guys, thank you for being as freaking supportive as you have so far. We are doing a ton of content, both on this show and on World Girls this weekend. We've got another show tomorrow night for the World Girls that will be live at 8:30 p.m. And I'm so excited for that. We're doing a wind down. So break out the wine. Let's talk about the week, the best moments, the worst moments. I get to hang out with you guys and Dorina and Steph. So what could be better? A lot of awesome things going on there. But just in general, you guys have been really, really supportive. And you know what? I want to check with you guys right now, actually, if I can do this. I'm curious with our analytics I wonder how many watched hours we have so far. Go to channel analytics because we're trying to get to 4,000. Okay, so far our watch time is 393.6. So we're almost at 400 watched hours. We just need to do 10 times that amount. Yep, we'll do it. We'll just keep on keeping on. And in terms of our subscribers, let's see. We currently have, we got to get to 1,000 subscribers over there. We currently have 585. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And please keep those videos running in the background. Jake Yacovetta really didn't like our thumbnails over there, but I love them. So you guys also let us know what you think on that. Jake texted me and was like, these thumbnails fucking suck. It's like, I like them. He was like, just objectively, they're not good. It's like, okay. But I do love Jake. And thank you for putting this in here, Jake. All right. As we continue to go through some things, let me check in with the Streamlabs and see if anything is going on over here. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. We've got one that came in from Eric Zeb 1982. Thanks, Eric Zeb. Hey, Roxy, with DC Movie News Live being on hiatus, perhaps do a special live at the Roxy live stream on August 22nd during the day for coverage for DC fandom with yourself and Mike and Adam and Ryan and other guests. Could be fun. Yeah, we were actually texting about it today with the DC group. We're definitely going to be doing something. I already asked Mike if he would come on. He doesn't know. We might be doing something on our socials. I definitely on Live at the Roxy will be covering DC fandom for sure, without a doubt. You guys know I'm a massive DC fan. And I texted all of them that all of them are welcome to join. So hopefully some of them will, and we'll figure it out. Brittany Parker says, I like the thumbnails. Thanks, Brittany. See? Appreciate you, Brittany. Oh, wow. Johnny just subscribed. Thanks for subscribing, Johnny Schumacher. Appreciate that. You asked KO on Gucciverse last night. I did, and I already had asked him before that, which I can tell you or show you. Garth McMurray said Genghis Khan and the Mongols did kill 11% of the world's population at the time. However, these days, over 20% of the world's population are descendants of Genghis Khan. Wow, that's wild. What crazy stats. Yay, Johnny. Weston digs the thumbnails, too. See, Jake. I mean, Jake, you can always make us as many as you want. If you want to make us one for Sunday night, feel free. I would appreciate that. Hold on, I'm getting a call. Is it from Yummy again? Hello?
Hi, Rusty. I'm calling from Yummy.com. I left your delivery from you in front of the back house.
Oh, I think you're supposed to grab a thing of LaCroix from me because you were bringing me LaCroix, so I have one to give you because they gave me the wrong one.
Oh, they gave you a wrong one? Okay, okay.
But I told them I wasn't ready for somebody to come here until 2:30. Hello?
Yeah, I'm right here. Usually they just tag me on the order.
Yeah, I'm literally live on air right now, but I see you. Let me just run it out to you. You guys chill for one second. Yeah, I'll be right back. Hold on. Well, we are live at the Roxy, so sometimes that means really being live. See, I just did a good thing, though, because I gave them... Wait. Yeah, okay. I gave them back, like, even though they forgot to take it back, then I gave it to them, so that made me good, right? Glenn says, hey, Roxy, I think having more videos to play on the War Girls channel will help, but I understand the concerns about getting copyright strikes or duplicates. Yeah, but I agree with you, Glenn. We'll see what we can do for sure, but appreciate you suggesting that. Yeah. I want one of my LaCroix now, but they're not going to be cold yet. Guys, Texas Teacher is back. Hi, Texas Teacher. Texas Teacher says, few days and I'll get my new 1-month chip. Hell yeah, Texas Teacher. Thanks for your support. Also, I sold my new screenplay that I started over the COVID break and finished since I got clean. That's amazing. Also, thanks to your mod that when I said I lost my 9 years gave me shit. Which one gave you shit? I don't know if you're being sarcastic or real about the thanks to them, but I'm really happy for you that you're almost at 1 month. Get there, and then, just day by day. That's what they say, day by day, as much as you can. We're all here rooting for you, Texas teacher. Continue being honest with us and yourself and the people around you, and just work your butt off to every single day. Do your thing. That's awesome, and appreciate it. All right. Yay, everybody in here clapping for Texas teacher. We love Texas teacher. Woo, 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 woo. Woo, 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 woo. I'm like my own personal soundboard right now. Let's go back to some news stuff, guys. This was a crazy one. People can test positive for COVID up to 3 months after diagnosis, but not be infectious to other people. Why does this really matter? Well, it's challenging because a lot of places right now, a lot of jobs are testing their employees. And if you get COVID and you are no longer contagious, but you're still testing positive, you can't go back to work because they can't differentiate, because this has not been around long enough for us to know how long somebody's contagious for. So they think you can be contagious for 12 days, but if you can test positive for up to 3 months, a lot of people are out of work for a lot longer. I have a friend right now who's on a show who had COVID, and he had to wait until he was testing negative for COVID in order to be able to get back to work, which is a really scary place to be in. I feel like we just need to get better frickin' tests. Part of the reason is because once you have these COVID cells, once your cells have had COVID, they look a certain way. And so that look continues to show up even though you're no longer contagious, but there is no differentiating those things. So it's very, very challenging, which is why we need to be as careful as possible and just try so hard to not contract COVID and not pass on COVID if we do have it. There's just so little that we still know about this thing. Obviously, we figured some things out, but there's so little that we have figured out. Guys, I ordered these masks a while ago, but I don't wear them often because look how far in on my face they come. I don't know if you can really see, but I like the ones that got they kind of create holes here. You can't really tell through this thing. But they have these slits that I can add more padding in, which I appreciate. Anyway, I just heard my dryer go off. I have done so many loads of laundry in the last couple of days, just doing all of the laundry, and washing all my masks, all 82 of my masks. I'm a true psychopath with it. Going back into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. This one is coming again from Texas teacher who says, clarification, the mod backed me up and supported me and kicked the ass who said it was my own fault. Oh, good. A few came after me and they deleted them. Also, to my district, it was just decided that we can't take the temps of kids. So next week will suck. Texas teacher, the only thing I'll say about that is, well, first of all, I'm really glad that the mods supported you. I have the best mods on the planet, so I'm not surprised. I was surprised when you said that they came after you. I'm sure Jake and Brandy and PLD and Matthew and everybody, with all the mods, I'm sure were very supportive. Billy, but he doesn't show up that much. And Vinny, who graces us with his presence every few months. I'm sure they were all supportive of you, so I'm glad to hear that. In terms of taking the temperature of the kids, the only thing I'll say, not positive, but many people who have COVID don't have a temperature. So it's not like it's a foolproof way of testing. So you just have to be careful around everyone still. You just have to be careful around every single freaking person. But yeah, it is scary. And I wish they would let you temperature test them, because what's the harm in that? It's crazy that they won't. I don't really understand. Keep a big bottle of Purell on your desk. Make the kids use it when they walk in. Wear your mask. Do the best you can to stay 6 feet apart. Open your windows in your classroom. Try to stay safe. Antonio, is Collider still going on? No, man. Where have you been? It's been a long time. That stopped January 1. I'll never forget it. Welcome back, Rox. It was actually on the 2nd that I got canned. on the 2nd. All right. Going back to some news, guys. Let's talk a little bit about Miley Cyrus. This news was interesting to me. She was talking about her relationship with Liam Hemsworth. That relationship has been so publicized. It's crazy. But one of the things that Miley said was that when she was 16 and she started dating Liam, he asked her if she had ever slept with anybody, and she said yes. She had never slept with anybody. She made it up, but she wanted to seem cool or whatever to Liam. And so he asked her with who. She picked a random person that she had been friends with, said that she had slept with him. And then it was like 10 years later, that person was marrying one of Liam's friends. And Liam was like, how crazy is that you had slept with him or whatever? And she came out and came clean about the fact that she had not slept with him. In fact, she had lost her virginity to Liam. I love Miley. I think when it comes to your own virginity, you're kind of allowed to say what you want. You shouldn't say you slept with somebody that you didn't sleep with because it's implying something about that person. But I do think a lot of kids do this where they freak out and they think that somebody needs to know that they've had sex before to think they're cool or experienced. And it's so not the case. I will say that just in general, lies tend to come to bite you back in the butt. If you make something up, even if it's 10 years later, you might have to explain yourself, and like the more you lie, the more you have to remember, and I just do not have that in my brain. Like I do not have the capacity to remember lies for all the stuff. I'm too busy on other shit. Like I can't remember if I'm making up lies, what the fuck I said and what I didn't say. So I'm glad that she finally came forward to him. And I don't know, there's something about Miley. I love what she does. Her and Cody Simpson just broke up as well. And she was like, oh, please, media, don't make this a thing. We just are living separate lives right now. But if we go for pizza in a week or so, can this just not be publicized or be a dramatic thing? He's been my friend for a decade. Let him be my friend. And I thought that was cool, too. So everything she says, everything she's done, I think she's been through a lot. I think that the public has been crazy to her. It's, she's had very similar, like, to Britney Spears moments. And she just seemingly has a better father than Britney does. So Glenn says, I thought Roxy meant that Miley lied about not having sex prior, but she lied, but she had actually lost her virginity already. No, she hadn't. She hadn't lost her virginity. She was a virgin and she lost it to Liam, but she told Liam that she had already lost it. Does that make sense? That's the story, which I thought was kind of funny and interesting. And like, all right, Miley, you do you. And I love just talking about Miley stories in general because I think she is so badass and has gone through so many different life changes. If you guys have ever seen her backyard sessions, she is so freaking talented. And even though her new song dropped on Thursday or Friday, and I didn't particularly like the song, it was okay. The fact that she directed her own music video and is putting out stuff during COVID, it's just like, this chick is a fucking hustler and she's working. And I love that. So, yep, go Miley Cyrus. Go on with your bad self. I'm sure Liam read that article and was like, what the fuck? Whatever. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Grumpy_G in the house. His house. Just want to say hi and show my support. I'm still here. Smiley face. And as always, love from Sweden. Cheers to Sweden. Sweden, a place that does it really well. Wow, you can just hear me swallow with my green tea. But this is the old green tea. I'm excited to try the new green tea that you guys just saw me get. I also got LaCroix. I got lime cherry flavor, which I'm really stoked about because they delivered me this cucumber flavor, and I fucking hate cucumber in my water. I don't know. There's something about it that I just cannot stand. Thank you, Grumpy G, for that. Also in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Glenn Caesar popping in. Also, I hope you and the Rockstars band have a sunny, happy, and fuck yeah news-filled rest of your Saturday and weekend. Sending lots of bunnies to you all. Peace, love, and hugs. Stay awesome, RJ and band. Hashtag the Rockstars band rules. Hashtag Roxy deserves great internet service. I have paid over $1,000 since COVID for internet. You heard that right. To try to have internet. Over $1,000. And I still don't. So hopefully Monday when they come, it will be a better situation. And then when hopefully Spectrum comes in 2 weeks or whatever, then I can cancel one of them depending on which one does better. The internet stuff is fucking insane. Fucking insane. All right. Before we get out of here, let's do a little bit of a Roxy's advice corner. Less advice. Well, this is advice, but more just wanted to talk to you guys about something because I was debating what we were going to talk about here today. And I was going to give stuff about, which I will talk about soon, about holding people to certain standards and whatnot. But I feel like we've been talking a lot about relationships with friendships, family, and all of that. And this one's today, I wanted to give a little bit of something different because I told you guys I woke up feeling kind of shitty. Nostalgic and sad and frustrated and a little confused. And so I remember what is helpful for me during this time, which is to be creative. And I want to talk a little about being creative and finding your inner creative, because even if you are not an artist by trade, even if that's not what you're doing to make your living, you're not making movies, an actress, a host, you're not a writer, producer, director, you're not a fine artist, a sculptor, a novelist, a storyteller, or whatever it is. Even if you're none of those things, I really truly believe we all have creativity inside us, and creativity unlocks a lot of other important feelings, emotions, realizations that are really, really important. And during this time, as I've told you guys many times, not to act on things, it is kind of cool to explore yourself and how you are feeling without actually making action about those things, because acting on things during this time could be very rash. So I do encourage you guys to find your inner creative during this moment. If you're like me, you're having a lot of incredibly, incredibly vivid dreams right now. There's something about quarantine that is giving a lot of us collectively strange dreams. Or like today, I posted about the octopus having sex with 8 different sea creatures at once. That popped in my head. That's a thought that has not popped in my head prior to quarantine, because it's a weird fucking thought. But quarantine, when you're stuck with your own thoughts, you think a lot of different weird things. So I know that a lot of us are not kids anymore. And a lot of people correlate or associate being a child with what I'm about to say, but I don't. I think that now is a really cool time to keep a journal. I think it's a really cool time to keep a journal. And I think that looking back on this time, if you keep a journal, it might be something worthwhile. Write things down. Draw little sketches or doodles. Even if it's writing down your dreams or your thoughts or any weird thing that comes into your head. Obviously, the more advanced version of that is starting to write some script or a novel or painting something or whatever it is. But if you're feeling all of this useless energy or this pent-up energy and you're not sure what to do with it, try to turn it to creative. Because then, instead of feeling empty, you're actually putting something into the world. And putting something into the world right now that is quirky or strange or beautiful or whatever it is better than depleting yourself and others. So add, don't subtract. And you can do that by making something creative. Even if that's like a potted plant and putting plants in your home and creating where they go, or feng shui, or sewing something. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to express yourself right now. But don't get out of quarantine and COVID without having created something. That could be a journal again, anything like writing down your thoughts, because that's something you can do during this time and unleash your inner creative. And I think it will help. It definitely helps me when I have these days and feelings to sit there and to write and to draw it's not a waste of time. It's something that I might use down the line, or I don't know, you might show your kids one day or whatever it is. So hopefully that is a helpful little advice corner for you guys. A couple more Streamlabs before we get into here. But by the way, in the comments below, after the fact, you guys know the comments really help with the algorithm, but I also love to read them because I love to know what you guys are thinking. Write to me what ways you guys are being creative right now, or what you're hoping to do to be creative right now. Because there's creativity even in being creative and figuring out how you're going to be creative. So maybe it will help somebody else if you're doing something creative, and maybe you're putting together a quilt or cutting up old t-shirts. I don't know, all different things. So please write it in the comments. I would love to hear from you guys. Eric Lane in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider said, I tested positive on second test taken 18 days after first. Took 18 days for second test results, then 3 days for third results, 39 days out of work, then got laid off 5 days after return. COVID is a bitch. Eric Lane, that fucking sucks. That fucking sucks. And there's not much to say other than hopefully that is the universe protecting you in some fucking way that you don't know right now, but might know down the line. Although it fucking sucks. And maybe now more than ever, you need to find ways to be creative and figure it out. I'm hoping that you're on unemployment at least and that you're able to get that and qualify. But that fucking sucks. And COVID is a bitch. We got to stay safe and we got to keep each other safe. Sorry, Eric. That's awful. Grumpy G in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider said, what the fuck? $1,000. That's insane. In socialist Sweden, I get 1 gigabit fiber connection for a measly $30 a month. I hope everything works out for you, my friend. I know. It's crazy. It's crazy because I'm now $75 a month to AT&T, and then same exact thing for Spectrum, and then my 2 hotspots both cost me $200 up front, and then each one of them is $45 a month, and one of them is $10 a month. So just with the whole thing, it's like, oh, and then the hotspot on my phone, which was an additional, I forget exactly how much, but whole fucking thing. Whole fucking thing. Fucking whole thing. Yeah. All right, guys, we are going to head out for the day. I will be back tomorrow again, streaming on my phone hotspot. Hopefully by Monday, I'll be on the AT&T wireless. Like that, guys. Just like that. If you're not feeling so great today, you are not alone. I totally get it, but I'm going to turn my fucking day around. I hope you guys do too. I'm going to be creative today. I'm going to get the fuck out of my house. I'm going to go on a walk. I'm going to spend some time in the sun. I might even social distance with somebody later. And yeah, I'm determined to do whatever I can to be the best me that I can be during this time. The happiest me, the brightest me, the smartest me, the strongest me. And I hope you guys do that too. And one of those things is the most creative me. So today, that's what that is all about. Try it. Just fucking try it. You don't have to love it, but try it. Let me know how it goes. Put a comment below. Like this video if you haven't already. Please go subscribe to the World Girls and stream the fucking crap out of those videos in the 4K playlist. We'll be back here tomorrow live at the Roxy at 1 and on the World Girls at 8:30. Love you guys lots. Stay safe. Continue to make your fucking bed. I'm going to keep reminding you guys all the time and be creative. See you tomorrow.